But here we are. Are we
Oh,
good?
Mary, 3 times in a row, huh? 3 years in a row. But not next year. Next year I'm taking off.
You're never taking off.
I'm taking next year off.
How excited are you? Just this is the pinnacle. I mean,
It's the Tony Awards. God damn it to hell. It's the Tony Awards.
looking back when you were growing up, do you remember the first time you watched the Tonys? What they meant to you? I remember everything. I remember sitting in front of my TV.
Yeah.
What do you remember?
I think that my memory of the Tony Awards on TV when I was young was sort of blended with my memories of Ed Sullivan, because it was the numbers. It was always the numbers. Michelle Lee was always there, and it was the numbers, and that's what I really remember most. But when you're a kid, it was all very exciting. But I was not a showbiz kid. My family, we went to Broadway all the time. We saw everything. But I didn't have aspirations. Yeah. So that came much later in life. So it wasn't like I was going, one day, that'll be me. That was like not even in my dreams, not in any fantasy at all. So when I became part of the theater, and then you probably don't remember this from our days at where, but I allowed Torch Song to move to Broadway so it would close. Because we were so sold out off Broadway that I could never get out of that thing, and I'd be running in it for years. And they kept begging me to let it go to Broadway, and I said, you know what? Let it go to Broadway, and then it'll close. I'll have a Broadway credit, which I figured would be good for my union dues, right? And then I could go on with my life. So I let it move to Broadway, where it ran for 5 years, and then all of a sudden I was part of that community. And once I was part of that theater community, and I started realizing what a family it was, and these people became my friends and my family. And as I always say, we spend more time with each other than we do with our own families when you're working 6 days a week and doing 8 shows. So now it is my life. It is my family. It is my life. It's my world, and I'm really happy in it.
Your new family is Casa Valentina.
Yes.
Beautiful family, beautiful cast, beautiful everything.
I finally got to work with Joe Mantello. Can you believe all these years, we barely knew each other. It was like 2 passing ships and never worked together. I had a meeting with him once about taking over a role, but I didn't want to read, and he didn't want to just meet, and so it was kind of disastrous. And other than that, nothing between us. And then somebody had the idea to put us together for Casa Valentina, and I said, great. And we met, and it was disaster. It was disaster. Right out of the box, it was disaster. We both really liked each other, and we couldn't understand each other at all. And it was the funniest thing, because I'm going, he's really nice, and I feel like we went through this period where we had to sort of break each other communications down, and now we're like this married couple where, like, it happened. Yeah. The magic happened, and the two of us just we really love each other, really work well together, are both really proud to have done this together, and I feel like I've got a new really close ally and friend and family member.
Sure. Where do you keep your Tonys?
In the bathroom.
Well, everybody goes there.
No, it's my bathroom. No, and they're on a shelf. I mean, I can see them every day, but no, it's in my, it's. I don't live with my work, I especially when you type, because you're doing it all the time. I try to keep that separate. And I'm also funny about the past. I always want to be looking forward. I always want to see the next thing. So the Tonys are there, they're lined up. There's 6 of them, though they only credit me with 4. I've got 6 up there, which is fine. And they're just lined up, and they look very pretty. And I have the Broadway Cares snow globes. I have a friend who gives it to me every year. So they're in between the Tonys, and makes a lovely display. It's like Judy Garland Christmas.